Let me tell you a story. My story. Corruption, they say, is like a cunning chameleon, slithers through the veins of society, disguising itself as favors and hidden agendas. It lurks in the shadows of power, its toxic influence polluting the very fabric of trust and fairness. I used to think all this doesn't apply to me. I mean, as long as corruption doesn't directly affect me, it's not my business. I'm Maya, and let me tell you about my extraordinary life. I have lived all my life thinking my best days are ahead of me. I made the best of friends and also made sure my education wasn't lagging behind. All was going well and good until
You see this particular interview I'm going for, I'm so sure of it. I've been applying for jobs here and there. This one, I'm so sure, is a done deal.
The level of corruption in our country is so alarming.
Corruption. What are you saying? Whoa. It doesn't concern me. As long as it doesn't directly affect me. Even if it affects you, don't. But as long as it doesn't directly affect me, it's not my business.
Keep this your mind sense. Use your voice against corruption.
You're begging, let us hear what. That's what's going on. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay, so what's that name again?
Maya.
Maya. Okay. You know what? Your document is quite impressive. But in this our line of work, you have what I want and I have what you need.
How do you mean, sir?
Stop acting like a baby now. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean.
Calm down now. It's not something new, right?
Nǹkan tó ń ìwọ ọmọ
Chief
yìí
Ẹ̀sìnmẹ́lẹ̀
lọ́tọ̀ ń jẹ́rìí ó gbádùn
Chief
gan-an
Ẹ̀jókòó.
ọmọ yìí náà dẹ̀ rẹwà náà
Please can you stand up for Chief?
báwo ni fine girl.
Chief ẹ̀yin jókòó náà rẹ̀. Chief.
Ọmọ yìí báwo ni.
yes, this is what I had to go through. After the boss, blinded by corruption, had other plans for me, this man, who is old enough to be my father, that came in with this boy who was also waiting for an interview. Or so I thought. Should I compromise my values for a job or take a stand? Little did I know that this interview would be the start of a downward spiral.
Fún mi lọ́mọ yìí ọmọ yìí rẹwà ìtúfilẹ̀.
The guy who got the job wasn't even properly dressed. Look at him. He doesn't even look like he has the qualifications for the job. They already have their candidates for the job, but they still go ahead to call people, give them hope, and waste their time. It was here I began to think that corruption and favoritism dominates the employment landscape.
Good afternoon, no.
Good afternoon.
I want to buy oil.
What size?
One bottle.
Me ni.
What is oil in your shop
I no
now?
get red oil. I want to know epo, but I don't know how much I send the red oil price. I no get red oil.
So you want to send you?
Madam, I say I no get red oil. Please be going. Má kó bá mi ní red oil sẹ́.
It was at this very moment it dawned on me. My eyes were opened to the pervasiveness of corruption. The very thing I've been ignoring all my life is haunting me. At the grassroots level, corruption takes on a face that hits closest to home. It is the bribes slipped under the tables, the rigged processes, and the abuse of power that seeps into the very foundations of our communities. It manifests in forms of unethical practices by local officials, mismanagement of funds meant for public welfare, and favoritism that undermines meritocracy. Whether it's a dishonest market vendor shortchanging customers, a conniving local authority exploiting their position for personal gain, corruption at this level erodes public trust and hampers development. It thrives on the vulnerability of individuals and stifles progress, leaving communities disillusioned and trapped in a cycle of injustice.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the election ground. As you can all see, the materials are not yet here, but they are on their way. You guys should calm down. Order!
I decided to be actively involved in the electoral processes, only to discover that even elections are marred by corruptions. The materials are not even here yet, and by the word of these electoral officers, they already have their candidates decided and our vote doesn't even count. The elections are truly marred by corruptions.
This one that they are shouting, we have already decided who will be our this thing. Let me right, but me, I'm telling you, we have decided. We have decided. We have decided.
Here I am, realizing corruption is like a cunning maze. The corruption that permeates every aspect of my life has left me defeated. As I reflect on these encounters, I realize corruption is like a twisted game that plagues every level and class of societies, from the grassroots level to the upper class level. I once believed that there was nothing like corruption, but now I question everything. I used to believe that corruption only happened to others, but now I have learned that it is a vicious circle that affects us all.
You are all my friends, family, and small circle, and I have gathered you all here today to fight against corruption. This fight against corruption begins with me. Yes! Begins with you. Yes! Begins with all of us. Yes! Corruption, that harmful protagonist lurking in the shadows of our society, that thrives on the seats, greed and abuse of power. It is a systematic disease that spreads its toxic wound, undermining goodness, trust, and justice. The weight of corruption lies on me, lies on you, lies on us, the marginalized, denying us of opportunities, denying us of basic services. So let us come together, unite the power in our voices. Let us rally our spirits and kindle the flame of changes, because the time is now. Yes. The time against corruption is now. Yes. It is time to break free from the strangling harms of corruption. Yes. Let us carry the power within our voices and stand against corruption. Are you not tired? Yes. Are you not tired of corruption? Let us unite our voices to stop this menace.
The tragedy of corruption has consumed me. It haunts every step I take, every decision I make. I'm left with the bitter realization that the fight against corruption comes at a great cost. No more turning a blind eye. It is time to bring corruption to its knees.